Today, I released another episode in my Student Life Unplugged podcast series. The podcast is about students talking about their lives and issues that are important for them. And this morning, I was reviewing the episode as I put up some promo material. I spoke to some future guests who may be interested in taking part. And I had some long conversations with my extended family about what we're hearing from these podcast episodes. I think having a chance to speak to a lot of the young people in this podcast, they have changed the way that I see things. I recall the early stages of the development of this podcast, and I was thinking about the format and the guests. And I was in two minds as to whether we can sustain over long term a podcast talking to just normal students about their normal lives. And I was thinking we need celebrities or experienced educators, so people who have opinions drawn from a lot of experience from a lot of students. And I'm glad I didn't decide on doing that, because if I did, then I would have lost the chance to hear a lot of the individual voices that I'm getting to hear now. I think all too often conversations about students are dominated by non-students, by adults who give opinions about what students should have, and the student voices themselves get drowned out. Sometimes I wonder about the last 30 years of human history. When we see a lot of technological changes, we see social unrest, we see economic upheaval, and I wonder if the human race is actually progressing. Are we better off than 30 years ago? I mean, we have mobile phones, and we have self-driving cars, and we live a lot longer, but are we better off? And I wonder until I speak to these young people. I hear the challenges they face and just how much more complex they are than 30 years ago. I hear all the opportunities that they have these days that I didn't have in my generation. And because of that, how confusing the whole scene is. But as they're facing that, what I hear is maturity. I hear the courage to face the problems, to share with each other. I hear willingness to try. I hear capacity to learn and grow. They show these capacity so much more than what I remember what I was like and my fellow students were like when we were studying. So when these students have a chance to talk, what I hear are voices that gives me hope about what our future is going to be like. They, to me, are the testament that the human race is moving forward. They make me optimistic for the world that my kids will grow into. But these young people, they need opportunities to find their way. They need some space and some support. I hear in their voice, in all their voices, a hope that the world will give them a chance. And I hope the world will give them a chance.